it's Paul here. I was going to do this video last night, but my daughter decided to come out and take over the lathe. So anybody who's on woodchuckers will have seen the post I put on there last night. My daughter at the lathe and the little pot she made. Really quite impressive. I basically just bought some Forstner bits which were delivered yesterday, and I was going to do a pot anyway, but she beat me to it. So anyway, the latest project I've done this time is I put the pictures on woodchuckers. I suppose it's like a mini display table, not really a cake stand. I mean, you probably need to get 1 or 2 buns on there. So, but again, my usual theme, all the scrap softwood. So for the top, I've basically used 4 pieces of shiplap board all glued together. The stem, a bit of 2x2, and the base, a bit of 4x2. Really impressed with the finish as well. I've actually just given it 2 coats of sand sealer and 2 coats of woodwax 22, and it has really come up nicely. I mean, to be honest, the bottom of the, I don't know if you can actually see that better there, the bottom of the lid there is actually, the grain is absolutely brilliant. Half wish I'd actually just had that as the top. It's quite surprising actually, the top turned really easily. I don't think there's any tear out on it whatsoever. I've got some what looks like tool marks, like mini scratches all running around the top. So again, any thoughts from anybody, please do let us know. My biggest problem at the moment seems to be getting that overall flat surface. The stem itself, absolutely joy to turn. And again, depending on which way you see it, the grain on there is absolutely lovely. The base, this is actually the base I turned last night afterwards, because I wasn't impressed with the original one. That was the first one. It was actually really nice, even with the knot in it, and it's actually got a little split there by the knot, which I wasn't too bothered about. But the big mistake I made there was I originally put this on a worm screw to turn the base. I wasn't too bothered about the hole right the way through because of the stem going on. I mean, yeah, I'm still learning, early stages, so wasn't too bothered. Obviously, if the bottom wasn't finished as perfect, as nice as possible, and then I turned it around on the worm screw, and that's where it's caused me a bit of problems. Being it wasn't really true the other way, and then in the end, because I mean the worm screw, I think I did something like a 7.5 or an 8mm hole. I then took it up to a 10mm hole for the stem and everything. And the trouble is I drilled that by hand and it's come out wonky, so the table was actually sort of tilted over like that, so obviously not too impressed with that. Didn't glue it up until I'd actually turned this one last night. Nowhere near as nice a finish. It's got more tear out marks. 4x2 again, the same as the other one. I basically just put it straight in the worm screw. I had a lot of problems with it on the worm screw in actual fact. I think basically I just did the hole too big, so it was spinning off all the time, so I was constantly just trying to fill the hole up so that it would actually hold it tight. And eventually when I did get it held, I could actually then turn the whole piece off, drill the top hole for the stem, and then what I did, I actually just parted off the bottom rather than, so there obviously the bottom isn't actually a brilliant finish. But I wanted to do something different. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I really do like the idea of the shiplap boards. They're actually really quite nice. I mean, the amount of clamps I was using to hold them all together and stuff like that. So I mean, it was a 2-day process just in order to get preparation for the top. So I mean, first night was actually just cut up the shiplap board and trim them off, glue them together, leave them for 24 hours. Come out the following night and I glued a waste block to it. So again, left that on the lathe overnight for the following night, which is then when I actually started turning the whole project. So what next, I honestly don't know. And again, I've mentioned woodchuckers a couple of 3 times. If you don't really know anything about it, I mean, I suspect everybody who's watching this video is probably already on there anyway, or seen other people talk about woodchuckers. But it's a Facebook group. It's a private group. But what you can do, I'll put a link down below. You can go there, request to join, and one of the administrators will contact you just to check that you're interested in wood turning, and it's as simple as that. You just get straight in. It really is a good group. I mean, some of the pictures people put on there are, the work they're doing is absolutely amazing. There's obviously people on there who do this as a profession, and then obviously beginners like myself, so it's all levels. So if ever you've got a question or anything like that, certainly put a post on woodchuckers, and somebody will answer you almost so quickly, it's just unbelievable. So right, I'll share the video next of obviously turning all this. I've tried to cut it down as much as possible, so not to make it too long, but it was obviously quite a long process. But thanks for watching. If you are a subscriber, thank you very much. Please do click the like and give me some feedback. Always interested in hearing your comments. If you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe, because I'm trying to regularly put up videos. I am progressing, so I mean, obviously if you see the first thing I turned was a mushroom compared to something like this, I have progressed quite a fair bit. Still working on the softwoods, finding it a real joy, but thanks a lot for watching. Okay, bye. So today's project is going to be some form of a display stand. I suppose the best way to describe it is like a mini cake stand. Create a base, a stem and a top, and hopefully glue the whole lot together all in one piece. So sticking with my usual scrap wood, so I've got a bit of 4x2 there. I've just locked the corners off, found centre, that will be the base. Bit 2x2 there for the stem, and over on the lathe here, which we'll switch to the other camera, you'll see that I've spent the last couple of nights actually preparing this bit. It's all shiplap boarding again. I've basically just trimmed the edges off, trimmed the lips off, glued 2 boards one side to the other side at 90 degrees to each other, so at least they overlap and create a tighter bond. Locked the corners off, and then last night I've actually glued this onto a little 2x2 waste block, and it's all in there nice and firm and hopefully square. So the idea is here is that the reason I've used the waste block is because I want this side to be the base, so I'm going to face this off, probably round it off, face it off, drill the hole for a worm screw, whether I do any detail work underneath or not, because to do it from the other side is actually going to be quite hard, so I might just do a little bit of detail work underneath, then flip it around on the worm screw, then take off the waste block and do whatever I want to the top before then I then work on the stem and the base.